Rangers are in chaos. Today we have very important updates about a player that Giovanni van Bronckhorst wants in his team at all costs. More details about Cyril Désir's departure. Updates on the potential signing of Shankland, a Chilean defender, and transfer updates to Rangers. And the Daily Mail has published a piece heavily criticizing John Bennett for the disrespect and atrocities he committed against the fans. All right, let's talk about Tom Lawrence. The poor lad's been plagued with injuries, and it just hasn't worked out for him at Ibrox. So, what's the scoop? Well, it looks like Besiktas, managed by our old mate Giovanni van Bronckhorst, is keen on snapping him up. You heard that right. Gio, who originally brought Lawrence to Glasgow, seems to have his eyes on him again. And there's even talk of interest in our captain James Tavernier too. Now, Lawrence missed about half of last season due to injury, and his debut season was wrecked as well. Derek Ferguson thinks it's the perfect time for him to find a new club. Tom's a good player, but injury-wise it's been tough, he says. If there's interest, I'm not sure what type of money Rangers would accept, but I don't think it's quite worked out for him. And you know what? Derek might be onto something. Our current manager, Philippe Clement, is all about having fit and ready players. He's already let Ryan Jack and Kamar Roof go as their contracts expired. Lawrence has only a year left on his deal, and with his injury record, it's hard to see the club giving him an extension. It looks like selling Lawrence now might be the way to go, giving him a fresh start and allowing us to focus on players who can stay fit and contribute throughout the season. Clement wants a squad that can handle the demands of playing 35-40 games a season, and Lawrence sadly hasn't been able to meet those needs. It's always tough to see a talented player struggle with injuries, but sometimes a fresh start is the best option for everyone involved. Cyril Désir in surprise Rangers development with striker 1 of 7 facing exit door. Whether you call it a revamp, rebuild, or reconstruction, one thing's for sure, it's happening. Philippe Clement has already started wielding the axe, with 5 seasoned players leaving at the end of their contracts without fetching a single penny in transfer fees. Now, it seems even more first-team regulars might be heading for the exit. One name that's been in the spotlight is Cyril Désir. If you'd asked any Rangers fan in January about selling him for £4.5 million, they would have probably packed his bags for him. Initially, the Belgian-born Nigerian striker struggled to impress, missing crucial chances and testing the patience of the Ibrox faithful. However, as the season wore on and injuries took their toll on the squad, Désir started to turn things around. Despite facing abuse from frustrated fans, he began to win them over with some key performances. Fast forward to now, and it's clear that he's found his feet in Scotland, even scoring in the first friendly of the new campaign against Hamilton. Despite this, the rumor mill is buzzing with news of his potential departure. Greek side PAOK are leading the chase, but clubs across Europe and even in Saudi Arabia are also keeping tabs on him. With Rangers potentially looking to recoup the £4.5 million they splashed out for him, the decision to sell isn't as clear-cut as it once was. Désir, now 29, has shown glimpses of the quality that could make him a key player if he stays. In a recent 5-2 victory over Hamilton, Désir found the net alongside Scott Wright and Todd Cantwell, both of whom are also linked with moves away. The other goals came from young talents Ross McCausland and Cole McKinnon. It's a sign that the squad is already gearing up for the challenges ahead, even amid all the transfer speculation. Our man Kenny Miller has been sharing his thoughts, and there's plenty to unpack. Miller reckons Cyril Désir might be the one to pack his bags this summer, especially with Greek clubs sniffing around after his 22-goal debut season in the Scottish Premiership. If I was the manager, I'd be holding on to Désir until a replacement is found. And by that, I don't mean Igamani. I'm talking about a proper, tried and tested striker with experience behind him, says Miller. And who does he suggest? None other than Lawrence Shankland. Shankland's been on our radar for a while now, and Miller's convinced he's the type of proven frontman we need to secure that title. Remember January? We missed out on signing a striker and paid the price. We need someone who knows the Scottish landscape inside out. That's why Miller is certain that before the transfer window shuts, we'll see some established names coming through the doors of Ibrox. And now let's talk midfield. Miller isn't surprised we're eyeing Kenny McLean. The move may have stalled, but McLean's experience would be gold dust for our squad. With Philippe Clement overseeing a massive squad overhaul, we've already secured 5 signings and have an obligation to buy Mohamed Diomande. But Miller raises a good point. How will these new recruits adapt to life at Ibrox? We've lost players with heaps of Scottish football experience like Ryan Jack, Kemar Roof, and John Lundstrom. We need a balance between investing in young talents for the future and bringing in seasoned pros to topple Celtic next year. Thomas Galdames to Rangers update, the Chilean defender, is edging closer to making a move this summer, but maybe not to Ibrox as we initially hoped. Thomas Galdames, 25, has been one of the hot topics in our transfer discussions recently. This versatile Chileno defender, who stands at an athletic 6', has been making waves with his ability to play both as a center-back and an aggressive left-back. His performances have caught the eye, especially during his stint with Argentine club Godoy Cruz and his involvement in the Copa America. Initially, it seemed like Galdames was a prime target for Rangers, especially after the deal for Jose Cordoba fell through. However, recent reports suggest a twist in the tale. According to Voetbal News, Royal Antwerp is now leading the race to secure Galdames' signature, with the Belgian club closing in on a double swoop for South American talent, including Argentine defender Ayrton Costa. For us at Rangers, the situation seems to have shifted. Our interest in Galdames has reportedly cooled, with Antwerp now in pole position to take advantage of the situation. It's a bit of a letdown, considering how much promise the Chilean defender holds. With Ben Davies still in the mix, despite some rumors of his potential exit, we seem well stocked on the left side of our defense. While it's disappointing to see our interest in Galdames wane, the strategic signings we've made so far suggest we're in good shape. That said, if Galdames does end up at Antwerp and we face further changes in our squad, there might be some second-guessing. John Bennett torn to shreds over atrocious Rangers situation, as message sent to fans. Gary Keown has criticized Rangers chairman John Bennett for his silence over the atrocious Ibrox work delays. Writing via the Daily Mail, 7 July, Keown has accused Bennett of showing a lack of respect to Rangers fans. Keown wrote, "It's the silence of Chairman John Bennett that irks most, though, as Rangers try to find somewhere to put a game on. People have paid out for season tickets. Some have invested thousands in members club packages, and no one has a clue what's going on. How long will this go on? Nada. It's atrocious. The nadir, really. And speaks to a lack of respect for the fan base." Let's not forget the impact on the team. Philippe Clement and the lads are gearing up for a crucial season. We're looking to make waves in Europe and finally topple Celtic from their perch in the Scottish Premiership. Uncertainty about where we'll be playing our home games isn't exactly ideal preparation. It's a distraction that nobody needs right now. It's baffling that a club of our size doesn't have contingency plans in place. Unforeseen circumstances happen, sure, but we should at least have a backup plan ready to roll out. Bennett's silence on the matter isn't just frustrating, it's negligent. We need transparency and leadership, especially during times of uncertainty. So, what needs to happen? First, Bennett needs to break his silence. Address the fans, update us on what's being done, and provide some clarity on the situation. We need to know where we stand and what the plan is moving forward. There you have it. If you appreciate the candid update, hit that like button, subscribe for more Rangers news,